Hello everyone, my name is Igor, and in this presentation I'll tell you more about our work on reducing unwanted interruptions due to notification permission prompts on Chrome. This is a joint work with several colleagues at Google. Operating systems such as Windows, macOS, and Linux provide APIs that allow apps to display push notifications as native system notifications. Chrome, like many other browsers, implements the Web Notifications API, which allows websites to send push notifications to users. The image here shows a system notification on macOS that comes from Chrome. But before websites can send notifications, they should ask for permission and the user should grant it. There are a few best practices that Chrome team and Mozilla have developed independently to help web developers in deciding when to ask for permission. From a user experience standpoint, permission prompts should be asked after the user has shown intent, the prompts should appear in the appropriate context, and the notifications should be time-sensitive and useful. For example, the website on the left has a clear checkbox that allows users to choose to get notified, and similarly, the website on the right has a visible button. Finally, websites should have in-site management controls for notifications to make it easy for users to disable them at any time. So what do the permission prompts look like on Chrome? On desktop, the prompt is displayed as an anchored bubble that shows two possible actions, block and allow, as well as an X icon that allows to dismiss the prompt. Users can choose to interact with the prompt by either clicking on the allow, block, or the X icon. But they can also simply continue browsing the website and ignore the prompt. On Android, the prompt is even more visible, and in fact, users have to interact with the prompt before they can continue to browse the website. On iOS, web push notifications are not supported. Now that we've seen the prompt UIs, let's have a look at some statistics about notification permission prompts. First, if we look at all permission prompts in Chrome as reported by clients who choose to send usage statistics and crash reports to Google, we see that 74% of those are for the notification permission, but only a very small fraction, 10% of desktop and 21% on Android, are granted, which means that the vast majority of such prompts are either ignored, dismissed, or blocked. And we refer to those as unwanted notification prompts. In fact, most of the unwanted prompts are either dismissed or simply ignored. There could be multiple reasons why users do not want to receive notifications. For example, they might be uninterested in receiving notifications from that specific site, or because they do not wish to be interrupted in general when browsing, or also because they feel that the site is trying to deceive them, for instance, by gating the site's content on the permission. That brings us to the goals of this project, which are to reduce the unwanted notification permission prompts for the majority of users without significantly impacting those who want to receive them. In this paper, we discussed the results of two large-scale studies of notification prompt usage in the wild, where we defined proxy measures of unwanted notification prompts. We designed a new quiet permission prompt UI, and we introduced novel adaptive activation mechanisms for the new UI. Our analysis has shown that the new UIs and their activation mechanisms have a significant positive effect on reducing unwanted notification prompts, a decrease of 31% of the prompt block rate, and only a minimal impact on the wanted ones, with less than a 5% decrease in the allow rate. So, let's discuss more in detail the studies. First, we wanted to understand how users interacted with the default permission prompt in the wild. For that, we analyzed the interactions with the notification permission prompt with the allow, block, dismiss, or ignore actions by a subset of users who opted to sharing telemetry with Google. Before conducting any experiment with behavioral data, we obtained approval from key stakeholders at Google, including from legal, UX, privacy, engineering, and product. In order to limit the impact of test accounts or devices, we applied several filters to the data, and then we computed aggregate statistics about the different action rates. With regards to the unwanted prompts, users can take two types of actions. One requires an interaction with the prompt and is explicit, and those are the block or the dismiss actions, for example. And the other one, the ignore, is implicit and does not require any interaction. Moreover, prompts that are blocked are also persisted for the site across subsequent visits. About the study results, so we conducted the first study in March 2020 over a 10-day period, where we analyzed over 800 million actions on more than 70,000 websites from more than 300 million Chrome clients. The results indicate that 80% of desktop clients and 70% of Android ones never granted any prompts they saw. However, the detailed charts also show that there is a non-negligible fraction of clients that always grant such prompts, 8% on desktop and 26% on Android. It is therefore important to minimize the effect of any change we make for the users who want to get the notifications. And that is what we try to achieve next, that is, to reduce the interruptiveness of unwanted notification permission prompts. To get there, first, we redesigned the notification prompt UI to make it less interrupting. We wanted to reduce the number of prompts that users have to act upon and, at the same time, provide a more obvious escape hatch if users wanted to change their choice after they made it. We chose the following UI for desktop and Android after a small experiment. And of course, you can find more details about that experiment in the paper. Then we introduced a per-site activation mechanisms for the new UI, which are shown by default on sites that have very low average grant rate according to our telemetry. Finally, we designed new logics for activating these UIs based on either the user's Chrome settings to always show the quiet UI, for example, but also the past actions, for example, to enable the quiet UI after 3 consecutive block actions. We then ran a second experiment to understand the effect of these changes on the main action rates, grant, deny, etc. We performed an A/B test where the new UIs were disabled in the control group and enabled in the experiment group on a subset of desktop and Android clients. The results, based on more than 100 million actions on more than 70,000 websites from more than 40 million clients, show that the new UI has minimal impact on users who want to get notification, with the less than 5% reduction in grant rate on average, while significantly reducing unwanted interruptions with a 31% lower average deny rate. And again, more details can be found in the paper. And this brings us to the conclusion. So we have observed that 74% of permission prompts on Chrome are for the notification permission, yet those are very rarely granted, which means that most of those prompts cause unwanted interruptions of the browsing experience for the users. This made us rethink our notification permission prompt UI. We conducted 2 large-scale studies to better understand the issue and to test the effectiveness of our new, less intrusive UI for the notification permission. Together with the crowdsourced signals, as well as the user's own past actions, with the prompt, Chrome is able to reduce unwanted interruptions while keeping the utility for the users who want to see notifications. As part of our ongoing work, we are exploring ways to improve the activation logics for the new UIs to make it work better for more cases where users are unlikely to grant the permission. And we are also considering novel UIs for other permissions as well, such as the cheap UI for the geolocation permission, which you can try on Chrome today. With that, I conclude this presentation and thank you for watching it. If you want to have more information, you can find links for our paper about the Chromium blog post about the quieter UIs, as well as the Chrome user experience reports, which shows action metrics about different websites. If you have more questions about this paper, please feel free to reach out to this email address. Thank you.